Hello, how to fill out Form 944 for 2023 with no wages. Employer annual federal tax return with no wages. By the end of completing the form, it should look like this. Let's get started. We are going to have a semi-blank form here to work with. So how do you complete Form 944 for 2023? What I will suggest is you can go to irs.gov and on the search bar you search Form 944. And when you do that, you'll be able to download Form 944 and the instructions for Form 944, and you save them. Alternatively, if you are looking for a form that you are having issue finding, you can go to our website as well, ninasoap.com, and in the sidebar we have federal tax form and instructions. We save the links to those forms and you'll be able to find, you can scroll to see which one you are looking for. So now that you save Form 944 for 2023, you'll open it and you'll start completing it. So employer identification number, it's good to open the instructions as well, and it might even be a good idea to read through the instruction and highlight information that you find interesting that might be related to your business, so that you can reference when you are completing the form and you have a question related to a line. It'll be good to go to the instruction, scroll through to that information and read through it to know how you'll complete that section. So for the first part, employer identification number, you'll enter your business identification number, and your business should have only one EIN number, so you make sure you enter the correct one. And they have instructions on page 5. So your business should have only one EIN. If you have more than one and you are not sure which one to use, they give you a phone number to call, 800-829-4933, to ask question. Okay. So the name, now your trade name, and your name will be the name you use to file for EIN number. It will be when they send you your SSA, your the reply from IRS regarding your EIN number application, that name will be on it as well. And on your EIN application form, if you save a copy, it will be the business legal name. What you put on that line is what you'll put on this line as name. Trade name, if you have a name, a DBA for your business, you will enter as well. If you don't, you just leave it blank. So for in this instance, we put Liberman Consulting L.L.C for the name, and we put Nina Soap as the trade name. Then you'll enter your business address, the city, the state, and the zip code. And that will be the information section of Form 944. So Form 944 for 2023, Part 1. Wages, tips, and other compensation. For this instance where we are completing Form 944 and there is no wages paid, you leave line 1 blank. And let's refer again to the instructions. When you do not have a number for a line, you should leave a blank except line 9. So you'll find that on page 6 of IRS Instructions for Form 944 for 2023. Leave blank any data field with a value of 0 except line 9. And line 9 is the line for the task, the total task, something like that. But we'll get to it. While we are at it, we can just pick at it as well. Line 9, total task after adjustment. So, if you are an S Corp, you are an NLC tax as an S Corp, you are working in your business, you are an officer of the business. If you didn't collect any salary and you are required to file Form 944, you will still file it. If you are required to file Form 944 and you didn't pay any wages, whether to yourself as the officer of the business or you didn't hire anyone and didn't pay wages, you will still file Form 944. You just leave most of the lines blank except line 9. Any line that you need to put $0, you just leave it blank except line 9. So no wages is paid, line 1 will remain blank. Line 2, federal income tax withheld from wages, tips, and other compensation. It is 0 for you if you didn't pay any wages, so you leave it blank. If no wages, tips, and other compensation are subject to Social Security or Medicaid, you check that box and you go to line 5. So we do that and we leave line 4 alone blank and we go to line 5. Total tax before adjustment is line 2 and line 4 added together, like the federal tax withheld and Social Security and Medicaid tax is 0 in this instance. Line 4 and line 2 are $0, therefore line 5 is $0. You leave it blank. Line 6, current year adjustment. There is no adjustment to make, so you leave it blank. Total tax after adjustment is line 5 and line 6 is $0, so you leave it blank. Qualified small business tax, a payroll tax credit or for increasing research activities. So if you have anything related to that, you might want to read the instruction for that line, and there is Form 8974 to complete as well. Otherwise, it's $0, you leave it blank. AB, non-refundable portion of credit for qualified sick and family leave. If you didn't pay wages, you shouldn't have any non-refundable credit to claim here. So it's $0, you leave it blank. Line 8D, non-refundable portion of credit for qualified sick and family leave for leave taken after March 31, 2021 and before October 1, 2021. So if it does not apply to you, you leave it blank. If it does apply to you, then you go to the instructions, and at the end of the instructions, you have worksheet there that you can use for the refundable and non-refundable credits to take. But we'll go back to 6 here. And that is page 1 and part 1 of Form 44 2023. On the page 2, you make sure you enter your business name. We'll enter Liberman Consulting L.L.C. and the business EIN number, and you enter those information just like the way you have them on the first page. part 1, line E, line F, line J, line G, total non-refundable credit. They are the total of all non-refundable credit lines, and if yours are 0, you leave a blank. Line 9, total tax after adjustment and non-refundable credit. So that will be line 8G and line 7. So line 7 is 0 for us, or blank. Line 8G is 0 as well. Therefore, line 9, total tax is 0. And here is a line you should not leave blank. So you might, since they have a portion, a side of it for dollar, a side of it for cents, we might just, complete 0, 0, 0. So, and that's line 9. Line 10, total deposit for this year, including overpayment applied from prior year and overpayment applied from all type of Form 944 and Form 941 amendment. So if you do not have any deposit is you pay during the year, or there is overpayment from prior year that you want to apply or anything like that, you just leave a blank. So, and the gray area are area that they do not expect you to put anything. They reserve it, so you leave them alone. Line 10D, refundable portion of credit for qualified sick and family leave wages for leave taken before April 1st, 2021. Again, if it does not apply to you, you leave it blank. If it does, you go to the instruction to see how you will complete the worksheet that is at the end of the instruction. Line 10F, refundable portion of credit for qualified sick and family leave wages for leave taken after March 31st, 2021 and before October 1st, 2021. If it does not apply to you, you leave a blank. That means $0, so you leave a blank. 10H, total deposits and refundable credits. So you add all the if you have any deposit made during the year or from or overpayment from prior year, which is line 10A, and then the refundable portion of credits 10D and 10F, you add them together and that will be on 10H, and in this instance is $0, therefore we leave a blank. Line 11, balance due. So if line 9 is more than line 8, you enter the difference here. So what you'll do is line 11 minus line 9. Yeah, pretty much. And since our line 11 is 0 and our line 9 is 0, therefore is line 10H, total deposit and refundable credit, minus line 9. And the difference, if you owe money, meaning the total tax on line 9, if it is more than the total deposit and refundable credit, you owe money. Therefore, that difference will be on line 11. But if line 9, total tax, the difference between that and 10H, total deposit and refundable credit, the difference between that, like if you depend on how you are doing the subtraction, if you do line 9 minus line 10 and it is negative, or line 9 is less than line 10H, that means you pay more than you owe. It will go on line 12, overpayment. But pretty much it's the difference between line 10H and line 9. Line 9 is the tax, line 10H is what you pay them already, or the credit that you earn to apply against the tax. So if your tax is more than 10H, line 9 is more than 10H, you owe tax, you'll put on line 11. If line 9 is less than 10H, they owe you money, then you put it on line 12, and you will check either to be applied to the next return or to be sent to you, one of the two. But in this instance, we're using pay wages, chances are your line 9 is 0, line 10H is 0, therefore the difference between the two is 0. Line 11 will remain blank. You don't owe anything. Now you'll go to part 2. Tell us about your deposit schedule. So line 9 is less than 2,500, you go to part 3, and line 9 is the total tax, and total tax is 0. That's the line that we should not leave blank, therefore is less than 2,500. You will check the first box on line 13. That's part 2 of form 944. You will check the first box for line 13, and you will go to part 3. So page 3, part 3 of form 944 for 2023. You make sure you enter your business legal name that you have on your EIN application form, and you enter your business identification number just like the way you have it on the first page and on top of the second page. You enter that on the top of your third page as well. So part 3, line 14, if your business has closed or stopped paying wages, you check that, otherwise you leave a blank. So if it does not apply to you, you leave a blank. So line 15, those are qualified health plan expenses. So we are not going to read every single one of them because they may not apply to you. But again, if they apply, you might want to read the instructions on where you'll find those lines and just read on them. But you have line 16, 19, 20, line 21, you leave them blank if they do not pertain to your business. Line 22, qualify family leave wages for leave taken after and before, we leave a blank. Line 23, qualify health plan expenses, we leave a blank. Line 24, amount under certain collectively bargain agreement, if it does not apply to you, you leave a blank. And we'll go to part 4. May we speak with a third designee? So do you want to allow an employee or pay tax preparer or another person to discuss this tax return with the IRS? And if you check yes, it will only be this form for this particular year. And we are going to just say no. If they have, you say no. If you want them to discuss, to ask, if they have any question to ask you, the owner of the business that prepared the form, you just put no. Otherwise, if you put yes, make sure you complete the box related to it. And keep in mind, it's only going to be related to this form that is prepared. Part 5, sign here. So let's see who is supposed to sign your form 944. Let me go to so who can sign form 944? For a sole proprietor, it is you, the owner of the business. For an LLC tasked as an S corp, it is you, the president or the vice president or any principal officer. If you are multiple members LLC, all the members are the officers, especially when they work in the business, and either one of them can sign Form 944. If you are an NLC and you file Form 1065, that's partnership, it will be the members that work in the business are knowledgeable of what is going on in the business. So, and they say responsible and duly authorized partner members officer having knowledge of its affair, so they can sign. If you are a single member LLC and you file Schedule C for your LLC business, you, the owner of the LLC, or a principal officer duly authorized to sign. So we are going to stop there. And the way it will work, since you download the form and you are completing it, you can tap your name, and here I like to use cap. I'll press cap on the computer so that I can just use cap. I'll just, for this example, I'll just enter the name and I'll enter the title of whose name is there, and then I'll add the phone number. Okay, so when you print it out, you will sign it, you will date it, and you print that again to save for your business. So pay preparator use only. If you are a tax preparator and you are preparing this for a client, then you will complete the preparator's name section with your name, and after you print it out, you will sign it. Your client will sign it, but you preparator, you will sign it at the preparator signature section. And your business, your tax preparation business, you will enter where they say firm's name, you'll enter your pretty much business address, you'll put your P10, and after you print it out and sign your dates. But while it's still on your computer, you enter your business, your tax preparation business EIN, your phone number, and your zip code. And the P10 is a number tax preparers get from IRS to prepare taxes for clients and get paid for it. And if you are a self-employed tax preparer, then you'll check that box, otherwise you leave it blank. If you are completing Form 944 for your own business, you do not complete paid preparator use only section. You leave it alone. For instance, I'm a tax preparator, and if I'm completing this form for our business, Liberman Consulting L.L.C, I do not get paid to complete this form. Therefore, I leave paid preparator use only section alone. I do not complete it. Okay, so now we'll go to the voucher, Form 944 voucher session. And this session, since you do not owe anything on line 9 or not on line 11, the balance due, since you do not owe anything on line 11, you are now going to complete Form 944 V. You leave it alone. So when you print your document out, you do not even print that page out. You print all the way to page 3, or if you want, you can print this page intentionally left blank as well, but that's pretty much it. That's why you'll print out the Form 944. You do not print out Form 944 V because you do not need it. You are not going to mail it in. So when you fill out Form 944 with no wages, you are going to mail it to IRS. So to mail that to IRS, you need to use the right address. So where to mail Form 944 without a payment in 2023? You'll find that in the IRS Instructions for Form 944 2023 on page 7. It will start with page 6 and goes to page 7. So what you will do is first locate the state that your business operates in, the state your business is located in, and then look at the column that says without a payment and see the address that corresponds to that line where your state is. That is the address you put on the envelope. So we are going to use an example here and use Iowa, where Liberman Consulting L.L.C is located. So we are in Iowa without a payment. Therefore, on the envelope, we will mail the Form 944 to the Department of Treasury, Internal Revenue Service, Ogden, Utah, 84201-0044. Without a payment. So you'll put the form, you print it out, you sign it, you made a copy for your business record, and you put it in the envelope, and you put without the address, without payment address that corresponds to the state your business is located in. You write that on the envelope, you seal it, and you mail it via USPS as a certified mail with tracking that you can look up online to see when it is deposited. It is, that when it reach the destination, and you keep this the receipt from the post office with the form that you printed out for your business record. You keep all of that. You file them properly for your business record, and that is how you fill out Form 944 for 2023. And again, if you are required to complete Form 944, you need to complete it. When you didn't pay any wages, you just leave most of the line that require you to put $0. That the answer is $0. You just leave them blank, except line 9. And again, you review the document to make sure you put your business name and EIN on each one of those 3 pages. You review the document to make sure you sign and date it as well. Thank you. We thank you very much for watching our videos. We thank you very much for your time. We thank you for all your comments, and thank you very much you all that subscribe to our channel. I'm Afiavi Liberman, creator of Liberman Consulting L.L.C YouTube channel and ninasoup.com, our blog. On our blog, you can find free download session, and under free download session we have free templates that you can access and download. You do not need to submit your email to access those free templates, and you can use them to manage your personal finances or to manage your business. We do have task form and instruction links to those task form and instructions that you can access as well through our blog. If you are looking for a tax form and you are having an issue with finding it on IRS website, you can check on our blog to see if we save the link there that you can copy and use and access it. It will take you to IRS website, the latest version of that form. Thank you. On our channel and on our blog, we share different ways you can save money and different ways you can make money to reach your financial independence, where you do not depend on an employer to provide for your need and your family's need. Thank you.